What's up, nerds?
What's up, dog?
Welcome back to our continuing coverage of Antman and the Wasp Quantumania. Stay tuned. At the end of this video, we'll talk about our PlayStation video giveaway. Yeah, I said video. So like and subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and just if you comment on this video, you'll be entered in the contest, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about more of that at the end. Let's talk about some deleted scenes from Quantumania. We could start with the one where Wasp had a family. We could talk about that they reshot the ending 2 weeks before the movie came out and totally changed that fact that Cassie did discover the Young Avengers file in Hank Pym's archive, and that Kang was supposed to live while Hope and Scott was supposed to be trapped in the quantum realm, whereas MODOK was supposed to live, whereas Kraglin, the Bill Murray character, was also supposed to live
and redeem himself.
So many things. Anybody want to take part?
I'll jump on this real quick. And I'm sorry, do you want it to go first? No, because I'll jump on this real quick.
This is entertaining. What do you guys go on?
Okay, so I want to talk about reshooting that ending and not having him leave the quantum realm and have Wasp and Antman stay
in
and Cassie Long looking for the file. The only thing that I don't like about this is the file one. I wish they would have at least showed that. That's the thing I hate. Everything else, I like the way this movie ended. And I'm going to tell you why. If you have Kang leave and keep Antman and the Wasp inside, the problem is not so much about, oh, well, they did that same thing like Endgame. The problem is that Kang is just going to go around getting his thing. Now, the way I like this is better because the next time we see this Kang the Conqueror, he's going to be in rage mode, which means everybody's going to get it. So to me, this way of ending makes more sense than the whole Antman and the Wasp staying in and he leaving and stuff. I think this is going to make more sense at the end of the day for the storytelling. I think you're going to end up seeing Kang in a rage mode where he's not. Look, what he did to those people in the quantum realm is nothing to what this guy is going to do to the Avengers and all that. And I think by the next time we see him, he's going to be so raged up that it's not going to be, we're not going to be like, oh, damn, like right now we're complaining about it. And I'm not complaining, but, there's people complaining about it. But at the end of the day, I think in the long run, this is going to make more sense.
So you're saying Kang didn't die?
No, Kang didn't die.
Spoiler alert.
No, Kang didn't die.
Right?
No,
Okay.
No, he's alive in the time stream. He's alive in whatever thing they did there. He's alive. And I think that once we see him again, he's going to be probably with the Beyonders powers. Probably not. I'm not saying that, but we're going to see him in a way that we never seen Kang, where people were complaining like, oh, he got beat and whatnot. They're going to be like, oh, no, damn. This guy is a beast. And that's what we're going to go to. Now, like I said, the only thing I complain about is the whole Cassie
Lang.
Yeah, not
Young Avengers file on Hank Pym's computer.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could complain. That I wish we would have got that. That would have made it like, oh, it would have been a nice shocker. But at the end of the day, we still got an amazing shocker in the console Kangs and Loki season 2.
Victor Timely.
Exactly, Victor Timely. So I think, to be honest, that the hope, having her family, it's good that they deleted it. What really, unless you wanted to make the movie longer, you could have put it, but how does that really advance the story? Let me see. They probably could have done some cool stuff with it, but I could live without that. The whole Bill Murray's guy becoming good. I'll say it again.
Pointless
they could have cast anybody to play that character. Like having him alive or not, I wouldn't have cared for Bill Murray's character, to be honest. I think if I had to give a complaint of the movie, I think that's the only part that sucks.
MODOK?
MODOK? I think MODOK was cool.
No, but being a good guy but living.
Being a good guy but living, it would have been cool. Would have been cool, but I feel like we shouldn't have gotten attached to this MODOK. This is what he was supposed to be, boom. We might get MODOK down the line at different variant, and we might get him more comic accuracy. The people are complaining, not knowing that we're in a fucking multiverse. Like, people, stop complaining about little shit, because I think we might end up seeing him down the road with hair. Yeah, I guess because people were complaining that he didn't have hair.
Corey Stoll is bald in real life. Why would you give him hair to play MODOK? Stop complaining about that.
Exactly. So,
The multiverse.
To be honest, him living or dying really doesn't do nothing to me. And to be honest, look, I would have liked him to be alive if he was for the Red Hulk thing, But if him dying or being alive, it doesn't matter because we're in the multiverse. We're going to get eventually a variant. We might not get it. But look, right now, I don't really complain about MODOK. I think what they did with MODOK was good in the movie. He was there for comic relief.
Yep.
That's it. Let's be honest. Like,
And he-
even when you read, look, when I read a MODOK story or when he was in the game, I don't take MODOK serious. Would you ever take MODOK serious?
Never.
Like, let's be honest. Like, you see him there, and he's a funny guy, floating a big head.
I always thought he was stupid.
Yeah, he's
I get it, but it's stupid.
It's stupid, and it's nothing serious. Like, even when you read comics, now, has he been badass in the comics? Yes.
Yeah.
Has he been a badass in video games? Yes. But let's be honest. At the end of the day, that's what MODOK is, a comic relief. And to be honest, I don't think him being alive or dead really makes anything to me because, like I said, we're in the multiverse. We could get him down the road, more comic accurate and whatnot. But at the end of the day, he is what it is. He's a comic relief character. And those are my points. What do you think, Stevie?
Going off the whole MODOK thing, he did the comedic part perfectly well too, and he had his badass parts when he came in there, was just destroying that entire fucking village that was hiding from him. Like he was just sawing through shit, blowing shit up. Like him fighting, I enjoyed it. Like,
but that's how he is in the comic books, though.
So we had a good MODOK, and we assume he's dead because we last saw him closing his eyes, spitting something.
No,
out.
he's officially dead
that's-
in this movie.
Yeah, he's officially dead.
I-
But you could always
so-
bring but you could always bring the multiverse, Sleepy. Remember
It's
why
the multiverse.
why does people keep forgetting about the freaking
It's
multiverse?
the multiverse. You saw all the Kangs at the end of the movie.
Spoiler alert.
Oh well, it's
Right.
been
Everywhere.
everywhere already. So you've seen all those Kangs, all those versions of Kangs, and you're sitting here telling me you still don't understand. We can get it again down the line and better. This is just giving you little jabs of things that they're going to be giving you here and there. Like, I could hope having a kid and all that. Yeah, that would have been a cool little storyline, but it does nothing for the movie besides give it more
Thank you.
family aspect
Thank
that it
you.
already captures perfectly.
Thank you. Thank
So-
you.
I don't understand why. I mean, I understand why that was cut. Sorry. I understand why that was cut and they redid that because there would be no point for it. None.
How about the Kang thing? What do you think about him
going to the
supposedly being dead and Cassie Lang? What do you think about that one?
Kang was completely destroying and outclassing Antman. People need to also understand that at first Kang wasn't beat. He was okay, he was beat. Okay.
No, he wasn't.
He was beat by plot armor, okay? They still have they have 1,000 grow and shrink discs in their suit just on demand, and he just threw 5 in there, and then for some reason it didn't blow the thing up. It just sucked him into the time stream, if I remember correctly.
Right. Allegedly.
So
Allegedly.
it was completely different reaction from what Janet did when she originally tried blowing it up. That's the only part that
she
confused
blew
me a
up
little bit.
the part he needed for the engine.
Wasn't that the core as well? That
Yeah,
he
no,
put
but that
it
was
on?
the actual core. She expanded it.
Oh, he shrunk it, so it was probably a different size because he
Right.
had both on there like she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did the opposite.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah, but he's not dead. He didn't die.
No.
So
he's
the
not.
fact that people think he's automatically dead is a weird thing because you know Marvel better than that.
It wouldn't make sense though when you look at the whole overarching stuff. You cannot just say, "Well, another variant is gonna get him," and variant and variant. No, I honestly think this is it. The Kang you see in that movie is the Conqueror. He's the evil guy. He's the one that's been that they always hated because he's the one that wants to control everything. The rest are like, as long as we don't interfere with us,
We're good.
we're good.
Like
So I honestly think that he's the bad guy. And even though people think he's dead, and let's be honest, not everybody dies in comics forever. Let's be honest, it's a comic. That's another thing people need to understand. That in comic books are not permanent. So he is not dead. So by him not being dead, he's the one that's going to end up coming and wiping everything. I honestly think the next time we see him, it's not going to be on Earth to fight the Avengers first. He's going to end up going over there. But the next time we see him, I wouldn't be surprised if we just see him in an end credit scene killing all the variants in that thing. Or at least Ramatat, Immortus, and Centurion.
Yep.
At least. Because I expect that Mike, this is probably
Speculation.
a theory out there. My thing will be that the three in charge are not gonna go battle with the Avengers. It's gonna be the army. That's why they're having that whole council of Kangs. So he's gonna send them, and could get a nice cliffhanger in a movie where they're in the Coliseum. The Coliseum's empty. Basically, the Kangs variants are going on their way to Earth to fight the Avengers and the heroes and whatnot. And you see Kang the Conqueror coming finally there and killing Ramatat, killing Centurion, and killing Immortus before going back to Earth and finishing or wherever they go. Because, we say Earth, but it's timeline.
616.
Yes.
Or 616.
But what do you think, Tony?
I had a rumor, but we're going to run out of time for the rumor.
Just go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
we don't have enough time. Y'all don't really want to hear
What
it.
time?
What time?
Y'all
There's
sure
never
you wanna hear it?
There's never.
Y'all sure y'all want to
there's
hear it?
never-
Yeah,
no
let's
time
throw it
for
there
our
because
people.
yeah.
The rumor is
Okay.
that Victor Timely is Kang the Conqueror. That he who remained is Kang the Conqueror. That's the rumor. There's a theory that Victor Timely is the beginning, Kang the Conqueror is the middle, and he who remains is the end.
Is the end.
And in order to stop the Council of Kangs, he needed Sylvie to kill him. Because you need a conqueror, like you said, to stop the Council of Kangs.
Oh, damn. So see, I was
So you need him to ascend to, for lack of a better term, Prime Kang, a la the Beyonder, to put the timeline back in order.
Because he knew what was coming.
Right.
So the whole past the threshold thing was just a ploy.
He
Wow.
needed Janet to defeat him. He needed Scott to defeat him. He needed, rumor, Shang-Chi. He needed Wen Wu to get the 10 rings. And for
yeah.
Shang-Chi to beat him. He needs Kamala Khan to get the first bango.
And the second.
bango in space.
And then he's going to take a hold of everything.
Part of his future army where he takes it from them. So he set these things up in the past, as we heard the rumor from Screen Crush, shout out, that he set these things up in the past so he could come back around,
And get
defeat
it.
everybody, put the 3 statues up, because the Citadel looks a lot like the Coliseum.
Yeah.
In the post-credit scene, one of the statues is destroyed,
Which is him,
Which
Kang
is
the
him.
Conqueror.
which is also rumored to be He Who Remains.
Mm-hmm.
And he put them in someplace else.
Son of a bitch.
And once the Conqueror died, it awakened those 3 and the Council of Kangs. And now they can have their revenge.
Dude.
And who is Kang the Conqueror's army. The Multiverse Avengers versus the Kangs.
Is that why they said, I got the rumors I got with Hulk and them fighting?
Yeah. But look, now that you say, it does make sense. Okay.
God, King.
So the time from let's say Kang the Conqueror to He Who Remains, right?
No, Victor Timely.
No. See, yes, but see, I want to get to the end because now I understand where you're going with this. So you're saying that if Kang the Conqueror will be the middle, right? Kang the Conqueror is the middle. He Who Remains is the end. If you see by the time He Who Remains, there's no Council of Kangs, which means he defeated them all.
And the statues are there as tribute. But he got tired.
And he wants to do it all over again.
And that's why he wanted Sylvie and Loki to take over.
He just wants to have fun.
Right. Basically, yes.
Because he's probably look, I think I kind of understand where he was going with this.
Remember, in the original comics, he was born in the 31st century. Life was perfect.
Yeah.
Once he discovered in a Victor Von Doom museum, Victor Von Doom's time platform, he got it back to working and started going back and forth through time.
With his high technology from the 31st century, he made it look in time. He made it look like, oh, damn, amazing. But damn, that's pretty cool, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest. If that's the way it goes, it's amazing because then it makes sense. Like let's just say, for lack of the better words or whatever, let's just say that He Who Remains is Kang the Conqueror, and he's just told Sylvie and he told Sylvie
And Loki.
and Loki, look, you guys could keep this timeline, and I just go back, and you guys do whatever you want, and everything's gonna continue. He probably wanted to go back to the 31st century and live a normal life.
Right.
Now, because he was bored and he was by himself at the end of time.
Right.
So then when he probably told her, but if you kill me, the same shit is going to happen.
What's
and we're
up?
going to be here again.
Right.
So it's basically a loophole. It's basically
Said that, yeah.
it's basically a circle. It's supposed to happen. So everything's going to happen again, except this time, since the Avengers and more people got knowledge of the multiverse, it's going to be that there's no He Who Remains at the end of time this time.
Which means they, as Loki said, watch this guy in the post-credit scene. He means something. Mobius is saying, he's just some guy. I don't get it. And maybe that's Loki saying, no, you don't understand. If we get him now, maybe we can stop this. Not knowing the Council of Kangs is coming.
Because, okay,
fuck.
see, now that you put it like that, when at first you see it and you're like, well, it wouldn't matter because this is a variant. You're like,
Yeah.
Okay, it's a variant. It's not Kang the Conqueror, but it makes sense that if that Victor Timely is Kang the Conqueror, damn, that's cool.
He just hasn't gotten to that point.
Yeah.
And remember, Kang, He Who Remains, Kang, Victor Timely, set that all up to do it in the first place. So the entire MCU was all staged. Iron Man was supposed to discover time. Ant-Man was supposed to get trapped, in the quantum realm. Captain America was supposed to take the super soldier form. All of that was set by He Who Remains as a safe device just in case Sylvie and Loki said no. Okay, I'll just go back and we'll redo it. Because remember, he was telling them, already see how it ends.
Wow.
I knew you guys were coming, remember.
Yeah, he did tell him.
I knew this.
Dude, so is this just so basically everything that he did with the Avengers and everything was basically he did the whole thing just so he could have heroes at the end fight the
Kangs.
That's amazing.
Have some fun.
Right.
That would be amazing storytelling right there. Hey, but people don't want to let the end, get it to that point. They want to bitch about it right now.
Right.
So,
But
Even though it was
think
a
about
beautiful
he set
movie.
up his own backup plan. And we're just seeing the story. We're basically in a time loop, just like the time stone.
Wow.
Like Thanos was supposed to happen. Dormammu, all of that was supposed to happen the way Kang, because he already saw it.
He knew that the Eternals were there and the Celestial was gonna pop up, but he knew that was gonna get taken care of.
Right.
That's amazing.
Right.
That's amazing.
If
Storytelling.
True, if true, that would be
It
a
sounds
stunning
true
story.
because at the end it's a loop.
Right.
It's a complete circle, so it has to start over eventually.
Right.
And it doesn't show you all the cracks that happens while it's in that loop. That just happens when you're in that segment of the loop.
Right.
So he knew, oh, yep, so this is the part that we reset
And he kept all the other Kangs in check
somehow.
until they killed. Remember, they weren't in check when He Who Remains died. They were in check when the Conqueror died. So they feared the Conqueror more than they feared He Who Remains, which makes sense that maybe that's the same person.
True.
And maybe his army that defeated them is the Multiverse Avengers, which goes back to your leak, that they have to find him in the beginning. Mm-hmm. He forms this Avengers, and they go take out the Council of, otherwise the Kang Dynasty, as they call themselves, the Council of Kangs.
Wow.
Because remember, all of your leaks for Ant-Man were true until they reshot it, and we know that those were true.
Yeah, 100% true.
So maybe all of that stuff so far is true.
Wow. I'm surprised. I'm just saying, when you see the whole thing, it's amazing.
I did not sing you this. I saved it to get your live reaction for the podcast.
It's amazing because
Yeah,
it makes sense.
That's why I was like,
But dude, it's just weird. Dude,
Yeah, I know. I know. It's done. If true, it's stunning.
it's that there's so much that you could dissect on what you're talking about that we could go probably 2 hours on this.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Right.
and I would just sit here.
because I could bring you back to other things, and you're like, oh damn, like like when you really think about it, you're talking about, because it's true what you said. They did not react when He Who Remains, but you have to understand that they didn't react because guess what?
The same person.
They weren't there, bro.
Right.
Because they weren't there. It's when he got killed that everything starts again.
Yeah.
And then they're scared. They're scared of Kang, the Conqueror, but then they're gonna go take care of the Avengers or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm suggesting that's his army. And we need to take out his army before He Who Remains can form that multiverse army. That's why they said we need to go take care of these Avengers right now.
Because that's the multiversal
Army
that he had.
Right.
So when he was telling you the story, that he was like, oh yeah, and we had a huge army, and until I got this. What was it, the name? Oh, I forgot.
Eolith, that creature?
Yeah, that creature. When I got him, I won the battle. So what is it that if all the Avengers die?
Think about it. When we were in that spot in episode 7, who was there?
Loki.
The Sphinx from Ramatut.
Ramatut, yeah.
Yeah.
Eternity's head was there.
Yep. Thanos' helicopter was
And
there.
his helicopter was there. And all these different versions of Loki, which means he's probably defeated every other
Avengers and superhero. Yep.
From that.
Yep.
dimension. And that's how, once he won the war, he put everybody there and zapped everybody, pruned everybody to keep just in check. Then he formed the TVA. You got any variant from there, snipe them out right away, because it could wake up Ramatut or Skrull Kang or Kree Kang. So you got to go prune them right away. That's why he's been trying to catch Sylvie all this time. And she's been jumping around. That's why she aged. Because remember, she escaped. So this has been part of the plan the whole time. But Sylvie and Loki were the ones he needed. So Loki was supposed to die in Infinity War, and then he was supposed to come back to life in Endgame. That was supposed to happen. But he figured he was the correct Loki to live. The others were just sitting around. Remember, they were hiding underground.
Yep.
So that's why Eolith couldn't catch him. But you telling me all these other Lokis couldn't get together and figure that out? Only Sylvie
And
and
Loki.
Loki 616 could figure that out, and then figure it out they could get to He Who Remains Citadel. Well, like everybody points out, which looks an awful lot like that arena that he called all the Kangs to.
Mm-hmm.
The floor and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
The statues.
The statues
The
are there.
structure.
Yeah.
Everything. So,
Just really run down.
yeah, because there was a fucking multiversal wars.
Yeah. Right.
Damn.
And that is the point of Secret Wars. To see that multiversal war.
Wow.
With all the Kangs.
We
the
probably-
Kang Dynasty. No, let's think about it. He said it will probably be Kang and all the versions of Kang versus the multiversal Avengers. It's not like they're going to go get a group of villains to fight them in like the original Secret Wars. Every Kang version of Kang is going to show up and fight the Avengers. So like 100 different Jonathan Majors versus He Who Remains and the Multiverse Avengers.
Wow.
That sounds like a badass movie.
That's what I'm telling you. That's amazing. You know what? Let's wait to see what happens.
Oh, so excited for it.
Me too.
Remember, also comment on this video, give it a thumbs up if you like it, and you'll be entered to win a PS5.
Deuces, nerds.